Hello students, today we are going to study a poem, Caged Bird. It has been written by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was born on 4th April in 1928 at St. Louis in United States. She died on 28th May 2014 in United States. Maya Angelou was an American poet, an author, singer, dramatist and civil rights activist. She published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, plays, movies, and television shows spanning over 50 years. She received dozens of awards and more than 50 honorary degrees. Angelou is best known for her series of 7 autobiographies, which focus on her childhood and early adult experiences. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings tells of her life up to the age of 17 and brought her international recognition and acclaim. Now let's go through the summary of the poem Caged Bird. Caged Bird by Maya Angelou was first published in her book Shaker, Why Don't You Sing in 1983. The poem is a metaphor illustrating the differences between African Americans and whites during the civil rights era. The author, a black who grew up in the South during this era, is expressing her feelings at the discrimination she faced during her life. Her first autobiography, published in 1970, is titled I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. In Caged Bird, poet describes a bird with clipped wings. Its feet have been tied and it has been placed in a cage that prevents it from flying away. Despite its fear, the caged bird continues to sing for freedom. Angelou describes the joy that a free bird takes in soaring through the sky. Angelou contrasts the struggles of a bird attempting to rise above the limitations of adverse surroundings with the flight of a bird that is free. She seeks to create in the readers a sentiment towards the plight of the misused creature or captured creatures, a symbol of downtrodden African Americans and their experiences. Maya Angelou compares and contrasts the plight of a free bird to that of a caged bird. She juxtaposes the environment and nature of the free bird to illuminate the harsh, depressing life of the caged bird. While the free bird is given the opportunity to fly and claim the sky, the caged bird yearns for freedom. Now let's go through the text of the poem, Caged Bird. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the currents end and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped, his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of the things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Now let's go through the paraphrasing of the poem. In the first stanza, the poet talks about a free bird. It describes the flight of a free bird, which depicts freedom. Poet says that the free bird leaps on the wind and it floats, that is, flies around with the wind, free to go anywhere it wishes. It flies till the winds stop, and it flies in the bright orange sun, which is till the sunset. And it is so free that it seems like the whole sky belongs to him. He, as if, is claiming the whole sky. In the second stanza, Maya Angelou talks about a caged bird. This caged bird lives in his small little cage. He can hardly see through the bars of the cage. It yearns to be able to fly free, but is unable to do so. Its wings have been cut short and feet tied. It is helpless, and the only thing it can do is sing. In the third stanza, it is further elaborated that the caged bird sings in a fearful tone about things that it hardly has ever seen. That is, it talks about things that are unknown to him, that is the freedom. And his cry for freedom is so loud and so clear that it is heard at the distant hills as well. There are certain poetic devices that Maya Angelou has used in the poem. In this poem, Maya Angelou has said that and floats downstream till the current ends. Here she has used the word current for wind, while as current is used for water. So she is comparing wind with water. The other poetic device used is rhyme. Rhyme is the rhyming words that have been used in the poem. Some of the rhyming words are trill, still, hill. The third poetic device used is imagery. Imagery is the use of descriptive language which enables a reader to imagine the scenes written by the poet. The vivid imageries used by Maya Angelou are orange sun rays, distant hills, fat worms. Maya Angelou has also used personification in the poem. Personification is when a poet gives human characters to inhuman or non-human things. Two birds, when she says she is giving human characters to this caged bird. She says, dares to claim the sky. The free bird dares to claim the sky. And he named the sky his own. Like this is personification. Opens his throat to sing. Again personification. The conditions of the free bird and caged bird are contrasted in this poem by Maya Angelou. This enables the poet to express her own emotions about freedom and isolation, since she was an African American who faced quite some discrimination in America. The poem is quite symbolic, so there are various hidden messages that the poet tries to convey. There's a great metaphor that illustrates the attitudes of African Americans and their experiences during the segregation. The blacks were in a state of oppression due to the stolen opportunities and the hatred they regularly encountered. The African American race knew it was necessary to have a voice and finally sing for their freedom. That was all about caged bird, students. Thank you.